recording live on location at Horse and Dragon Brewing Company in Fort Collins, Colorado for yet another amazing live at lunch. I want to send a special thanks to our sponsors for this: Horse and Dragon Brewing Company, NoCo Roofing, Rock Fan AVL Integration and Production, the Bohemian Foundation, Serious Texas Barbecue, Ginger and Baker, of course. It's a chilly day out there today, and I put on my lucky socks. It looks like it's going to be a lucky day because we got some hot tunes to warm us up. I'm your host, Sean, and I am thrilled to present Fort Collins' very own rock and surfabilly band here with us today, the Poudre Valley Playboys. Take it away. The Poudre Valley Playboys here on Live at Lunch on KRFC. How are you guys doing today?
All doing wonderful.
Real well, thank you.
Awesome. Well, we thank you so much for being here at Horse and Dragon with us and all these wonderful KRFC supporters. I usually like to kick off the first little question and answer session with learning more about you guys. Sound like a good idea?
Sounds wonderful.
All right. Why don't we start with Mark, because we're going to go clockwise here. Well, noon and 1. That's all we got. So, Mark, you're not from around here. Where are you from?
I'm from the Netherlands.
The Netherlands. What part of the Netherlands?
Born in Rotterdam, lived there for 2 years, then went to a small town, and then most of my life lived in Arnhem, known for the Bridge Too Far movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you've got a little bit of an interesting story. How did you end up in northern Colorado in Fort Collins here?
I met a beautiful woman on MySpace.
Yeah.
And it turned out that she was
the good old days, MySpace.
Yeah. MySpace a long time ago, although it still exists. But yeah, no, I met a beautiful woman on MySpace, and she turned out to be a DJ for KRFC. And she asked me, like, I see that you play in a band. We became friends on MySpace. And said, I see you play in a band. Do you have a CD? And we were just in the studio recording one.
Yeah.
So a year later, it was done. It took some time. But I remembered I promised somebody in America to send a CD to, so I did. I asked her address, sent it to her, and she liked it. She played it on a show, and we started emailing once a week, twice a week, once a day, 4 times a day. And then we exchanged phone numbers, and since that day we talked every day, and we fell in love, and I came here to visit her and proposed to her, and here I am.
Here you are. Woo!
Thank you, KRFC.
Another KRFC love story.
Yep.
And what show is that, by chance?
That's the Poudre Valley Barn Dance.
Yes, on Saturdays. Liza Verschoor. So, what brought you to your love of music? When did you start playing music? Did you start with you're playing the doghouse right now, the upright bass, the double bass? What kind of drew you to music? Was there a band? Was there a show that you saw?
I started playing music in a brass band, playing the cornet in a Salvation Army brass band.
That's cool.
The whole family was Salvation Army, and so we were. I was sang in the choir and played in a brass band, and then we started a little kind of rock band doing Christian rock, but it was terrible. We were but I always loved the bass, and I always hummed along with bass lines if I heard a song. So it had to be a bass, and I bought an electric bass first.
Okay, sideways bass.
Playing in that rock band, and then started listening to more music, and started with punk music.
Punk music. That's what I was going to ask. What that the punk music drew you in, and got started in some punk bands then? I
did, and then we were asked with the punk band to play at a festival where we played music nobody liked. It was pretty terrible.
Do you have recordings of it?
They asked us for you want to play at a festival for half an hour.
Yeah.
And we said, yeah, we do that. And then we said, let's do something different that will throw people off. So we started playing country music.
Nice.
But then cow punk, as they call it. We played it real fast. We wrote our own songs with lyrics about riding on the prairie and stuff like that. Yeah. But it was all fast and rough. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, punk and rockabilly go hand in hand pretty much.
They do.
There's a lot of bands that cross those two things frequently. Yep. Nick 13 is one of them. He's great. Does both a punk band and a rockabilly band. Yeah. So that from there you just kind of morphed straight into country music and rockabilly music?
Yeah. I was first playing electric bass, and then finally had the guts and the money to buy one of these. One of these beauties.
Yeah.
And then started listening way more to country music and also rockabilly, because I started playing in a rockabilly band as well, doing Elvis covers first. And
nice.
Yeah. And then I was always playing in more than one band.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel that's the common thread of all the bass players, almost all the bass players that I talk to on Live at Lunch and locally sourced on air.
Yeah.
It's everybody needs a bass player.
Yeah.
all the time. But you're only in one band now.
Only one band now.
Only one band
Yep.
now. How
Yep.
about that, everybody? One band for a bass player. He's a devoted man.
Oh yeah, we have such a great time, and I love playing with Josh. He's awesome,
Yeah.
and we're real busy, so I don't even have time for another band.
Yeah, you guys are playing frequently, 15, 20. How many shows did you say? About 140 last year?
140 last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's pretty good.
Yeah, nothing to complain about.
Awesome. All right. Well, why don't we get over to Josh? We're going to go back and forth here maybe, but how are you doing, Josh?
I'm doing quite well. How are you doing, Sean?
It's good to sort of see you over there. We've got a little bit of a barrier, but it's okay. It's live radio. It's live music. So, Josh, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Oh, I was born and raised in Fort Collins.
Oh, nice.
At Poudre Valley Hospital.
Poudre Valley Hospital.
Yeah. Makes sense for the band name, right?
Exactly.
So, yep, was born here, and yeah, been playing music since a very young age. I used to wanted to be in a mariachi band really bad, so I learned how to play trumpet. And I did that for a couple years, and I quit. And then I didn't know what I wanted for Christmas, so I asked for a guitar, and my dad made me play his guitar first, and I fell in love with that.
Nice.
And I learned a lot of music from my dad, and we'd hang out and play guitar together. And I remember one of the first songs I learned with my dad was Pipeline by Dick Dale.
Oh, wow.
Or lots of people do Pipeline, but it was fun, and it was a great formative years.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Was there any music that really inspired you when you were a kid to think about even getting a guitar? Or was your dad playing a lot around the house? Or
Oh, my dad always played around the house a lot. So, yes,
Okay.
it was a lot of fun, and it was...
So for his sake, he was your main inspiration?
He was my main inspiration. It was good. And we'd always listen to a lot of different varied music, so it was really a nice upbringing to listen to so many different styles of music and not be typecasted into one.
Yeah.
But,
do you remember what your first tape or record was?
my first record was Neil Young's After the Gold Rush.
Oh, nice.
Which is kind of a weird one, but it was a good
that's
one.
a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And then
You just never know what people are going to say when you ask that question.
Yeah.
Bluegrass bands, they're like, oh, Iron Maiden. And I'm like, hey, that was mine too.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Yes.
Yeah, I had I listened to a lot of different music and kind of went through different genres myself, and listened to a lot of bluegrass and country music, and then went to school and listened to a lot of jazz and classical music. And then after school, kind of started playing a lot more country music with different bands, local bands, and just really enjoyed it and started singing more often. And just very grateful to have met Mark a long time ago when he moved to the country.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. How did you two meet?
Well, it wasn't on MySpace. I saw Mark playing. He would do the Thursday night concerts down in Old Town Square.
Okay.
And he was playing with a band, Rodney James and the Blue Flames, I believe is what it was. And I watched him play upright bass, and I started watching him around. And anytime I could find him playing, I'd go check him out. And I asked him a long time ago, I want to play music with you. And he gave me a business card. And I still have that business card, but I held on to it for a long time. And I didn't feel like I was at that level to play music with Mark at that point. But when I got done with school and I played with Mark a little bit, and then once COVID hit, it gave us a lot of free time to do stuff and reevaluate where you want to play music. And I asked Mark if he wanted to start a hillbilly surf band with me. Yeah. And he said he'd love to. And it's been going pretty solid since then, actually. So I'm very grateful to have him and play music with one of my best friends.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember during COVID, I drove by and you guys were standing out in your driveway playing music, and I stopped to chat and listen to you guys for a little bit.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's how you build a good audience,
Exactly.
Just practice outside. They'll start coming.
Some people playing music in their driveway. It's a long driveway too, so that's awesome. Mark, real quick, didn't ask you. Do you remember what your first record or tape was way back in the day?
My first record was Focus 2.
Okay.
Focus is a Dutch band.
Okay.
Kind of jazz rock. a little bit with flutes, organs, and yodeling and
Everything.
It's weird music,
All
but very
right.
cool. That was my first.
Now we all have homework to do. Let's go.
Let's all focus.
Yeah.
Let's go find that.
They had an
Listen to it.
American hit, Hocus Pocus.
Oh yeah,
They did.
Nice, awesome. Well, why don't we play a couple more songs? The last two songs. Ooh, I'm dropping my papers here. We had Bonsai Washout and Playboy Boogie. So what do we got coming up next?
This next song is a song that I wrote. This one's called Shooting for the Stars. And this is kind of like an homage to the Ventures when they were doing their Telestar album and their kind of outer space theme ideas. And so that's where this song comes from. And then the one after that is going to be the Playboy Polka. Okay. Let's see if I got that on right. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Oh, now a polka.
Playboy Polka and Shooting for the Stars right here with the Poudre Valley Playboys on KRFC's Live at Lunch, RadioVision. Shooting for the Stars. That might be a coincidence, but that was the name of your album that came out last year.
That is correct.
Yeah. Available on streaming services and all that stuff. I'm sure it's
Absolutely
findable.
Yep.
Yeah, in the age of the internets.
You can even buy a real CD.
You can buy a real CD. Yeah, I think that was you have a eBay page for that. You can listeners can find physical CDs to play in their cars and such, if they still have them. I just got a new car. It does not have a CD player. Tell us a little bit about this album. It came out in June of 2023. 10 hillbilly surf hits.
Yeah,
Mark, you want to go first?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Well, it was about time for us to start recording.
Yeah.
And we thought we need to have enough original songs to put on there. Because what we later found out is pretty expensive to put covers on there. We still did, but yeah. So we started working on first getting good originals that we like to put on there, and then we contacted my favorite studio, Swing Fingers.
Nice, yeah.
From Aaron Youngberg.
Yep.
And we made an appointment, and off we went. And it's very nice working with him. He's really good. He gave us some solid advice, and he did most of the producing.
Okay, he did the production. I was going to ask that.
And it was we're very happy with it.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He sure does.
He's got his fingers on a lot of stuff around here. Did you do the whole album in kind of one fell swoop? Was it a long process, or did you just go in and bang them all out in a few days? How was that?
We did it all in 5 days.
5 days?
And on the 5th day, we didn't record anything. It was more like putting stuff,
shining it up.
Moving stuff around a little bit.
Okay.
If there were little mistakes, but the recording was in 4 days.
4 days in a row, or did you different?
Yeah, in a row.
Nice.
Yeah, in a row.
Got a big chunk. That's
yeah,
always
because
good.
then you're still in it.
Yeah, you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Were they long days?
Exactly.
They were in the morning.
They were in the morning. Yeah. Long mornings.
Yeah. Well, they were good. It worked out well, and we had some great musicians accompany us on that album, such as Tim Whitlock and Damon Smith. Tim Whitlock plays pedal steel, and he plays with us quite often, and Damon Smith plays percussion, and he plays with us occasionally.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
A full giant band of Poudre Valley Playboys.
Yeah, and the album's kind of interesting, too, because we decided, we normally play as a two-piece, and so we kind of try to build up the songs from being a two-piece, and then one of the songs has upright bass, guitar, and pedal steel on it, and then we get to more of a full sound with, or a full traditional band, I guess. I think we sound pretty full.
Yeah, I think
without
so.
anything.
Yeah, we do.
Anyhow. But it was a great album, and it was a pleasure to make it with our friends. And I wrote quite a bit of the songs, and Mark gave me some great inspiration for other songs. And Mark wrote a couple songs as well, and we did some together. So it was an interesting songwriting process.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. How, as a songwriter myself, I write mostly lyrics. So how does an instrumental, you write a lot of instrumental, so how does an instrumental song come about for you? Do you guys just jam for a little while and catch a groove, or are you writing your songs in different rooms? How does that usually go?
Well, for me, I usually tend to write the music by myself, and I have a loop station that I'll lay down different parts and come up with kind of layering it, and I get inspiration from listening to different artists such as The Ventures or Dick Dale or some of those people, and you're like, I really like this little idea. I'm going to kind of play with that idea and then expand on it and make it something my own. And most of the songs being instrumentals, it kind of lends itself to improvisation as well. And it's fun to create a form of the song and say, okay, this is our head. We're going to open it up for a solo section, and then we're going to have some hits or some maybe songwriting techniques in there, and then we're going to head on out and then make it short and sweet, 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
And then, as we were talking about before we started this, you probably go to Mark and you say, Mark, I need you to go boom, 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 right?
Absolutely. I ask him, I get him up with the stuff and I show it to him and I go, what do you go, boom, digga boom, digga boom, digga boom. And he goes, yeah, I think we could do that.
I think we can make that work.
So, Mark, what do you think about the songwriting process?
Yeah, that is how it goes. And after he let me listen to it, and then we start working on the arrangement a little bit, and come up with a bridge together, or if it's not there, or work. I put my input in there, but most of the songs are written by Josh, and all the melody lines come from him for sure. All the beautiful melodies.
Yeah.
But I help a little bit with arranging it and putting the final touch on it.
Yeah. And do you ever, Josh, when you're writing the songs, do you ever like turn on the TV with no volume and just like an old Western or something, play along?
If I had a TV, I probably would, but I don't. So, no, it's mostly just kind of playing the Western in your mind, I guess.
Playing
and
Western.
Thinking about what is going on.
The Western landscapes of Josh Long's mind.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's fun, and it's interesting with Mark, because being a two-piece, you're trying to figure out how to make this sound full and how to make it not sound like just a two-piece. And so that's some of the things that we talk about, trying to figure out how to thicken up the texture with just two people, which is kind of an interesting and challenging songwriting experience.
Yeah, because he's going to hold down the low end most of the time, and you can get the high notes, but you got to have that middle somewhere in there, bridging the gap.
And you can't take a break, because as soon as you do, half the band's gone.
Yeah.
So, anyhow.
And then they dock your pay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Let's play a couple more tunes here. What do we got coming up next?
A song called "My Window Faces the South." Good. That'll be fun. 1, 2, 3. Faces the south. I'm almost halfway to heaven. Snowflakes are falling, but all I can see, fields of cotton staring back at me. Oh, my window faces the south. And though I am far from the Swanee, I'm never frowning or down in the mouth. My window faces the south. Faces the south. I'm almost halfway to heaven. Snowflakes are falling, but all I can see, fields of cotton staring back at me. Oh, my window faces the south. And though I am the Swanee. I'm never frowning or down in the mouth. My window faces the south. My window faces the south. My window faces the south. This next song Mark wrote. This one's called The Silver Surfer.
Poudre Valley Playboys with Silver Surfer right there on KRFC RadioVision live at lunch. Before that, my window faces the south. And now we're going to get into the really important stuff here. Your style. Who does your choreography? Look at that choreography. It's beautiful.
We work hard on that.
Yeah.
We do.
We taught ourselves everything we know.
I mean, when you have Damon and Tim, whatever their dance steps are, you got a boy band, right?
Exactly.
Well, this is a boy band.
Yeah, it is. I was told I was in a boy band.
Yeah, no.
Well, I love it. How do you come up? I mean, some of it I can see, like when you're trading things off, but some of the other choreography, you guys got little bits you do, and they're a lot of fun and engaging.
That's the point, is engaging. You said it right there. You're here to put on a show for somebody. It's not a recital. So you want to make it look fun. You want to have fun. you enjoy it, and that's a great thing. But when you look at some of the old surf bands, such as the Shadows and just a lot of those surf bands, they would have choreography, like dance moves, and there wasn't anything fancy, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
And you see them shimmying, and it makes you smile. It makes everybody smile, and that's the point of music.
Yeah.
Mark, what do you want to say about the dance moves?
Well, most of it we just come up while we play.
Yeah.
One starts doing it, and then the other, let's join in. And there were a few that we later worked out a little bit, but most of it is just spontaneously.
Yeah.
We like to move.
Yeah. And I mean, Josh, you always, not always, but almost always have a smile on your face when you're playing, which is different than many lead guitar players' faces. So,
thanks. I thought this was going to be on radio, and now you guys got us filmed. No, I'm just teasing. This is great.
And along those same lines of just your style, like Mark, you do the posters and graphic design.
I do, yeah,
for you guys, and it really is. It's a great combination of kind of the hula girl, maybe 70s surf kind of designs alongside something you would see hanging up at like Hat Show Print in Nashville.
It's a lot even older than the 70s.
Yeah.
My inspiration comes from the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
The
and like I love black and white, so almost I think all the pictures of ourselves are in black and white, and then I put a real colorful background, so it jumps out. If people open our page on Facebook or it pops up on their feed, they immediately see it. That's the point of it.
Yeah. Were there any specific inspirations for the designs that you came up with, or the designs you come up with?
No, I looked at a lot of posters from that era, and the 50s and 60s, and I'll steal a little bit from it, or borrow from it.
Yeah, it's art,
and then make it my own, that's where the most of the inspiration comes from. I like that with a lot of stars on it, and like it to be very colorful and jump out.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah. It very has that Nashville feel to it, while also having that surfer feel, which is really cool.
If I look for posters, I always look up the country music posters or rock and roll posters, like old Elvis posters, or stuff like that. Have
you ever been to Hatch Show Print?
I've been there twice, and it's amazing.
Such a great little shop to go to and check out how they do things. Make your own poster.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Amazing.
If you haven't been to Hatch Show Print in Nashville, someplace really cool. And also your suits. Did you start wearing suits right away? I mean, it's the whole everything comes together with you guys. So
not right away, because we didn't have a lot of suits at that point.
But that's true.
Had to play some shows to get the suits.
But we always made sure that we have nice slacks to wear and nice Western shirts, like rock mount shirts and stuff like that. Because we think if you want to entertain people, and that's what everybody else does is their thing, but you can't stand there in shorts, t-shirt, and flip-flops, although people do that.
Yeah.
But we think, no, you got to make an effort to see people like, we're here to entertain you. We want to look good. So we want to look different than we look in the daytime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes I see you in the daytime and you're wearing that.
But I'm not a suit. No, I'll make sure. Like Liza always says, you never know who you're going to meet. She's always
true.
Making sure she looks good, because she might meet Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah.
He might walk into King Soopers. What do you know?
Well, if anybody knows Dwight Yoakam, send him along. That would be awesome. Dwight Yoakam at King Soopers. I guess that would probably happen to somebody sometime.
If you're listening, Dwight, come to the King Soopers.
North College, Fort Collins. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about your style, really, because it does all come together, I think, to make a great image for you guys.
Thank you.
And,
thank you.
And it's not always easy for artists and musicians to come up with those details that helps set that visual image apart from, and alongside what they're hearing. So I thought that was really cool.
I think one of the things with Mark's posters is they're kind of from a time period that we're trying to go back to is the 40s, 50s, and 60s of country music and surf. A lot of our suits are from that same time period. And, I think it's important to just keep with the theme and stick with it and explore it and have fun with all aspects of what playing music is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any newer country or surf acts that you are inspired by nowadays?
Deke Dickerson, Marty Stewart, and the Fabulous Superlatives is
so
a
good.
huge inspiration for the hillbilly surf idea of playing country music and surf.
Nice.
There's a lot of great ones, but those are two that I'd like to say. Mark, do you have?
Shout out.
Yeah, my favorite is Wayne Hancock.
Oh yeah.
And his bass player from the early days, Rick Ramirez, is when I heard him play, I bought myself a standard bass.
Okay.
I want to do that. And my style is not copied, but close to what he does. Yeah.
Nice.
I love that.
And you recently played with him.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago at the Moxie in Greeley.
Yeah.
We opened up for him. And
Nice.
Yep.
How was that?
That was
Awesome.
amazing. Yeah. And he said that we were better than he was.
Oh, that's nice.
His words, not mine.
Yeah.
No, I've seen him many times in the Netherlands as well, and he's a big hero, and he's a little bit off. He's a weird guy, but his music is amazing. He's
what it's
like
all
the
about.
modern Hank Williams. He is. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Any other show highlights from the Poudre Valley Playboys long list of shows that just either blew your mind or something really ridiculous happened?
Oh, we can't tell you about that. No. Mark and I have been traveling through Wyoming quite a bit and up and down the I-25 corridor. And it's really fun to go into a place in Wyoming where nobody knows you. You don't know anybody. And you get set up, and they're all looking at you because you're the only guys in there wearing suits. And they go, what the heck's going on? And you start playing, and everybody turns around, and they start getting on your side really quick. And that's what's really fun, is to flip the switch on a crowd, and all of a sudden they want to talk to you, they want to party, they want to have a good time, and that's really what we're trying to promote is a very fun, good time with everybody, and everybody's welcome.
Nice.
So.
And
Yeah, in Wyoming at the Lander Bar in Lander, that's our favorite spot to play because people dance on the tables. And
nice.
And there was a guy even doing the worm on the whole dance floor, back and forth.
It's a restaurant. It's not one of those tasteful dancing places.
No.
It's a restaurant.
Well, you can be found on Poudre Valley Playboys can be found on Facebook and Instagram are the best places to follow you, really. And it's Facebook.com/Poudre Valley Playboys, and then Instagram @Poudre Valley Playboys. And then the website is joshlong-music.com. Correct. All right. And so anybody who's looking for a good time for anything, including just probably backyard shenanigans and such, can find you online and book. I'm sure you're willing to do things like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Get crazy.
We love to be playing at your party.
All right. And we're going to play two more songs here and see where we are. But I did want to give a shout out once again to Rock Fan, AVL Integration and Production, doing the sound today, to Horse and Dragon Brewing Company for having us in this beautiful, beautiful brewery surrounded by greenery. It's gorgeous. And our other sponsors, NoCo Roofing, the Bohemian Foundation, Sirius Texas Barbecue, Ginger and Baker. Of course, you can find us on YouTube, KRFC RadioVision, and all these live at lunches and more. On YouTube, just search for KRFC RadioVision or live at lunch even. And of course, we are on 88.9 FM in Northern Colorado, and on Facebook, KRFC FM. And we have an amazing sound team all around. We have on sound today a big old team: Jeremy, James, Brett, Colton, and Greg. And then our video team, Eric, Chris, and Dan. I think I got everybody. Thanks so much for making everybody look and sound amazing. We appreciate it every week. So let's see. What else do we got going? What are we going to play next, Josh?
This song I wrote called Skyrider. And then the next song is a song that I also wrote called Teriyaki Rock.
Yeah.
And that one is an ode to the Ventures and their writing for the Japanese culture. And they would write songs like Ginza Nights. And so I wanted to write my own Teriyaki Rock. So that you'll hear that one afterwards, and I hope you enjoy it. This first one's called Skyrider. It's kind of like a Western. Okay, Teriyaki Rock. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
That was Teriyaki Rock,
Yeah.
Poudre Valley Playboys, and before that was Skyrider.
And those are on our album.
Those are on the album.
10 great hillbilly surf hits.
And for all the guitar nerds out there, when you do something like Teriyaki Rock, what kind of scale are you using?
Oh, I don't think like that.
You don't think like that?
No. I think about what chord is being played, and I play over the chord in the moment. And so it's all how it relates to the harmony at that point. So that's, yeah. But what do I think about that? I don't know. It sounds like Hong Kong Phooey, or like, if you ever listen to Martin Denny and like all the Tiki Lounge albums and stuff like that, it's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of, like I said, the Live in Japan albums. And I don't know. It's just one of those things that I started playing it and I was like, this is funny. And I started liking it and I wanted to finish it and make it a song. And
as soon as Hong Kong Phooey is out of copyright, you can make a great video.
There you go, exactly. But it was just one of those different things. We wrote that during the lockdown with Mark and I, and that was one of the songs that I was like, oh, I feel like this would be a fun venture into a surf song that's non-traditional.
Yeah, it's really fun. Awesome.
Thanks. I wrote it myself.
I think we've got a little less than 10 minutes. So why don't I'm going to do a recap. Okay. We got Josh Long on guitar. Everybody, let's hear it for Josh. Mark Verschoor on the upright bass. Their album came out June 2023. We play it all the time on KRFC. And so if you're not listening to KRFC, you can always find it on the streaming sites and all that stuff. It's fantastic all around. And you can find them, of course, on Facebook, Instagram, and joshlong-music.com. Finding them. They have a lot of upcoming shows in February and probably beyond. It's already time for bands to book into the summer, so they probably are planning that. So check out their listeners can check out their webpage and their shows and everything online. And thanks so much, guys, for being here today. We really appreciate you hanging out with us at Horse and Dragon.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us, KRFC. Thank you.
And why don't you feed us 2 more songs?
I'd love to.
All right.
This next song is called Deep Water. This is this is a good one. Keep your eyes on the hands.
Playboys right there with Deep Water. Got one more for us, guys?
One more. We've got to change guitars for that.
All right.
It is in a weird tuning.
Well, thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Once again, I hope you had a good time here at Horse and Dragon with KRFC for some KRFC RadioVision live at lunch. Poudre Valley Playboys blowing our minds with the magic of 10 strings.
Okay.
You're good at math, aren't you?
I figured it out. Took a little bit. I had a whole hour.
Okay. Well, hopefully this level's good. Here's a song. This one is called T for Texas. It's kind of a mashup of fingerstyle and an old Jimmy Rogers tune. Hold on. That's got reverb. There we go. Now I'm ready. And the echo. There we go. T's for Tennessee. Well, T's for Texas, T's for Tennessee. Well, T's for Thelma. Dang, no woman made a fool out of me. I'm gonna buy me a pistol just as long as I am tall. I'm gonna buy me a pistol just as long as I am tall. I'm gonna shoot poor Thelma just to watch her drop and fall. Sleep in a hollow log. I'd rather drink muddy water than sleep in a hollow log. Well, T's for Thelma. Dang, old woman been dreaming like a dog. Texas, T's for Tennessee. Well, T's for Texas, T's for Tennessee. Well, T's for Thelma. Dang, old woman made a fool out of me. for sure.
Thank you for listening to Live at Lunch, and thank you to the Music District here in the heart of Fort Collins, Colorado. Live at Lunch is produced by KRFC 88.9 FM in the Ginger and Baker studio. If you'd like to appear on Live at Lunch, email our music director, David Vacek, at david@krfcfm.org.